Good morning, dear students. In the last class, we discussed about some of the concepts in the electrochemistry. Now that will be continued. Here we discussed about the Daniell cell. So Daniell cell means we know that it is formed by connecting the two electrodes, that is zinc electrode and copper electrode. We know that how that electrical energy or that electricity is generated in the Daniell cell. So here zinc metal undergoing oxidation and the copper electrode is undergoing reduction. So according to that procedure and even construction as well as working, we have studied in the case of the Daniell cell. Now here whenever we construct the electrochemical cell, the left side electrode usually undergoing oxidation and the right side electrode is undergoing a reduction. Okay, based on the concept of what that redox reactions, we know how to generate the electric current by use of the chemical reactions. These spontaneous reactions are responsible for the generation of electricity in the Daniell cell. Okay, in the last class what we discussed zinc electrode undergoing oxidation and the copper electrode undergoing reduction, and these two electrodes are connected by means of the salt bridge, and the electrodes are connected by means of a thin conducting wire. In the Daniell cell, anode is given by the notation the negative sign, and in the cathode it is given by positive sign. Okay, and now here the electrons are moving from this anode to the cathode. So this is the direction of the flow of electrons. At the same time, the current will flow in the opposite direction of the electrons. That is, the current will move from cathode to anode. And we already discussed about what is that salt bridge, what is the function of the salt bridge, and why it is used in the electrochemical cell. These are all the points now we have studied. Okay, now here regarding the Daniell cell, we study some 3 points. In this Daniell cell, it is an example for the electrochemical cell. We know that how that electricity is generated in the Daniell cell. To this electrochemical cell or to this Daniell cell, if we apply the electric potential, that is external electric potential is applied, what happens? There are 3 changes observed in the case of that Daniell cell. When we apply the external current or external potential to the Daniell cell. So this is what is called Daniell cell, and it is what that battery. By using that battery, we can apply the external potential to the Daniell cell. In the Daniell cell, the electric current will be generated is 1.1 volts only. 1.1 volts. The electric current generated in the Daniell cell. Suppose the applied external potential is equal to 1.1 volts, what happens? Or if it is greater than 1.1 volt, what happens? Or if it is less than 1.1 volt, what happens? These are the 3 changes we can study in the case of the Daniell cell. What are the 3 points? The applied electric potential may be equal to 1.1 volt, or greater than 1.1 volt, or less than 1.1 volt. Just to see the point, if you apply less than 1.1 volt as external potential to the Daniell cell, means the electrons usually moving from, that is anode to the cathode. Here the anode is undergoing oxidation, cathode is undergoing reduction, and the current will move from cathode to the anode. Now this acts as what as usual, electrochemical cell only. The applied electric potential is less than 1.1 volt means then the Daniell cell or the electrochemical cell behaves as electrochemical cell only. That is, both oxidation and reduction reactions are taking place as usual. At anode oxidation takes place, at cathode reduction takes place, electrons are moving from, that is, anode to the cathode, and the current will move from cathode to the anode. This is what is taking place when the applied electric potential is less than 1.1 volt. Suppose if you apply greater than 1.1 volt external potential to the Daniell cell, what happens? It will be exactly reversed. Means now the applied electric potential is more than 1.1 volt or greater than 1.1 volt means the electrons are moving from cathode to the anode and current move from anode to the cathode. Now this will not act as electrochemical cell. It acts as what? Electrolytic cell. That is what the change is taking place when you apply electric potential more than 1.1 volt to the Daniell cell. Suppose if you apply only 1.1 volt to this Daniell cell, what happens? The electron will not move from anode to cathode. Even current will not move from cathode to anode. Electron movement stops, current movement also stops. Now the cell is not functioning. So these are the 3 points we should know in the case of the Daniell cell. Suppose if external potential is applied to the Daniell cell, what happens? If you apply 1.1 volt external potential, the cell is not functioning because electrons are not moving, current also not flowing. Similarly, if the applied electric potential is more than 1.1 volt, the electrons are moving in the opposite direction. That is what now cathode to anode electrons are moving and current will be moving from anode to the cathode. Now the cell will become electrolytic cell. Now here now if the applied electric potential is less than 1.1 volt means now this Daniell cell it is behaves as it is electrochemical cell only because electrons are moving from anode to cathode and current will flow from cathode to the anode. So these are the 3 points we should know in the case of what now the Daniell cell. These points are important in the case of NEET or CET or it may be in the JEE. So applied electric potential is in this manner applied to the Daniell cell means what happens. Okay, now we will see that other points in this concept. Just to study the terms like electrode potential. Electrode potential. Electrode potential. It is given by the notation capital E. Electrode potential. So already we studied what is it? Electrodes, or what is it? Single electrode, or it may be the half cell. Electrode means what? Electrode means whenever the metal is in contact with the solution of its valence, then it forms electrode only. Whenever the metal is in equilibrium with solution of its valence, then it acts as electrode only. Electrode is nothing but single electrode, or it may be the half cell only. Okay. Then what is called that electrode potential? Electrode potential means the potential developed. The potential developed when the metal is in equilibrium with the solution of its valence is called electrode potential and is given by the sign or notation capital E. Okay, following? Electrode potential means the potential developed when the metal is in equilibrium with solution of its own ions is called electrode potential. There will be one more term, what is called a standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential. What is meant by the term standard electrode potential? And it is also given by the notation E naught, that 0, superscript 0 indicates the standard condition. Okay, standard electrode potential means what? Usually we define the electrode potential under standard conditions, that is by applying the standard temperature of 298 Kelvin and the standard pressure of 1 atmosphere, or it may be 1 bar pressure. That is what the standard conditions. And here the concentration of the solution is also specified in the standard conditions, that is 1 molar solution. So then how to define the standard electrode potential? What is called standard electrode potential? Standard electrode potential is defined as the potential developed when the metal is in equilibrium with 1 molar solution of its own ions at 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 atmosphere or 1 bar pressure if the electrode contains gas. So this is known as standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential means the potential developed when the metal is in equilibrium with 1 molar solution of its own ions at 298 Kelvin temperature and at a pressure of 1 atmosphere or 1 bar pressure if electrode contains a gas. This is known as what? Standard electrode potential, and is given by the notation E naught. Okay. We know that now here the terms like what is called electrode potential, standard electrode potential, how that potential is developed, in that electrodes, how that potential is developed, that can be understood by means of what now? These diagrams as shown in that board. Okay. Now here this is what is called origin of electrode, origin of electrode potential, origin of electrode potential means how the electrode potential is developed in the electrochemical cell, or how that potential is developed in the electrode. Okay. Now this can be understood by means of what these diagrams. Now just I am taking the example, what? Zinc electrode and copper electrode. We already know that what is the zinc electrode, or what is that electrode also we know that. Whenever the metal is in equilibrium with solution of its own ions is called electrode. Now here the zinc metal is kept in the solution of the zinc sulfate. This is what is called metal is in contact with solution of its own ions. Now zinc electrode when kept in the solution of the zinc sulfate solution, now it becomes one of the electrode. Similarly, the copper metal is also kept in the solution of the copper sulfate. Now it becomes one of the electrode. Okay. Then how the potential is developed when the metal is in contact with solution of its own ions? Then only it is called out electrode potential only. How that potential is developed, Okay. Now we will just go through the diagram. Okay. Now zinc metal is placed in the zinc sulfate solution, and copper metal is placed in the copper sulfate solution. We should know the point here. When the metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, the two forces start operating. The two forces or the two factors start operating. What are those factors? One is called oxidation anta barutte idralli. Oxidation, potential, and one more is called the term reduction potential. Oxidation potential and reduction potential. What is that oxidation potential? Oxidation potential means it is the tendency or the capacity, tendency of the metal to lose electrons is called oxidation. Tendency of a metal to lose electrons is called oxidation potential. You know how it is represented? Listen, here no. This is called what? The metal only. Metals are usually solid and it undergoes oxidation, means it loses the electrons. By losing electrons, no, positive charge will be developed on the metal, and at the same time the electrons will be lost by the metal. How many electrons? N electrons. How many positive charge? N positive charges. This is what is called oxidation reaction. Oxidation potential means tendency of a metal to lose electrons is called oxidation potential. Okay. Now here no, this is also called as that is what oxidation potential is also called as electrolytic solution pressure of the metal. It is called as electrolytic solution pressure. Electrolytic solution pressure of metal. Electrolytic solution pressure of metal. Okay. Oxidation potential is nothing but electrolytic solution pressure of metal. Then what is meant by reduction potential? So reduction potential means here oxidation potential, you know that tendency of a metal to undergo oxidation. Reduction potential means tendency of the metal and to undergo reduction is called what? Reduction potential. It is represented in this manner. This is the metal ion having the positive charge in this manner. It is in aqueous solution. It takes a required number of the electrons, like n number of electrons, and forming what? No? Metal solid. This is the reaction given by reduction. Okay. This is the reaction given by the reduction. So reduction potential means the tendency of the metal ions to gain electrons or to undergo reduction, that is called reduction potential. Reduction potential is also called as osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure of metal ions. Osmotic pressure of metal ions in the solution. Metal ions in the solution. Okay. These 2 points are very important in order to understand the origin of electrode potential or how that electrode potential is developed. Okay. Now you see that oxidation potential, we know that. Even reduction potential also, we know that. Whenever the metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, the 2 forces start operating. What are those 2 forces? You know, electrolytic solution pressure of the metal and one more osmotic pressure of metal ions in the solution. Okay. Now here, the zinc metal, when it is kept in the solution of its own ions, what happens? The zinc metal undergoing oxidation. This reaction will be taking place. Suppose Zn solid, by losing 2 electrons, it becomes what? No? Zn plus 2 and losing 2 electrons. This is the reaction taking place in the case of what? The zinc electrode. The zinc metal undergoing oxidation means, just I am giving you the reaction like this. This is what? No? The zinc electrode. When it is kept in its solution, it undergoes what? No? That oxidation to give what? No? Zn plus 2 in aqueous state, and then 2 electrons. Now, why the zinc is undergoing oxidation? I told you already. Electrolytic solution pressure of the metal and osmotic pressure of the metal ions in the solution. These are the two forces operating whenever the metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions. Here now, for zinc electrode, electrolytic solution pressure of the metal is greater than the osmotic pressure of the metal ions in the solution. That is why it undergoes oxidation. Zinc now, by undergoing oxidation, what happens? You know that these are all called, this is what now, the zinc metal only. Large number of the zinc atoms are present in it. Whenever the zinc loses electrons, the metal ions of the zinc, that is Zn+2 ions of the zinc, entering into the solution, and electrons are deposited on the electrode. Therefore, now this electrode zinc is surrounded by negative charge. This is about the negative charges developed on the surface of that zinc metal or the zinc metal rod. At the same time, the zinc ions, positive ions of that metal entering into the solution, because now when the zinc atom is undergoing oxidation means it gives what? Zn+2 ions and electrons. Electrons are deposited on the metal rod and the zinc ions entering into the solution. I just indicate these are the positive ions, that is zinc ions present in the solution. So this is what is called the electrical double layer. It is a negative layer and from the solution it is positive layer. The positive and negative layers developed. The development of that electrical double layer is responsible for the development of electrode potential. Okay? The electrical double layer formed in this manner is responsible for the development of electrode potential. Okay? You come across one more electrode, what is that? The copper. Here no, I already told that whenever the metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, the two forces are start operating. Like one is called electrolytic solution pressure of the metal and osmotic pressure of the metal ions in the solution. Here you know, in the case of the copper electrode, the osmotic pressure of the metal ions in the solution is greater than the electrolytic solution pressure of the metal. Therefore, the copper electrode in which the reduction reactions take place. What is the reduction? This one, the reduction reaction is here. Okay, listen to me. Now here now, metal ions of the copper. Metal ions of the copper. What is the charge in the copper? That is +2 or usually positive charge. That positive charge developed on the surface of the copper metal or copper electrode. And the negative ions of the solution will be attracting. So now this is what now? The negative ions of the solution. This is also what is called a electrical double layer only. Electrical double layer. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. That will be developed. In case of the copper electrode, the positive charges accumulating on the surface of the electrode, and then what happens? The negative ions of the solution are attracted by this positive ions. This is also electrical double layer. So, formation of an electrical double layer on the surface of the electrode is responsible for the development of electrode potential. Is responsible for development of electrode potential. So, in this way, we can understand what is the concept of what now? Electrode potential and how it is developed whenever the metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions. So, usually the question will come to our mind, why sir the zinc may undergo reduction and the copper electrode may undergo oxidation like that. But whenever the metal is in contact with solution of its own ions, the two forces are start operating, in which now in the case of the zinc electrode, this will be dominating over this one. But in the case of the copper, this will be dominating over this one. Means in the case of the zinc, electrolytic solution pressure of the metal is greater than the osmotic pressure of the zinc ions in the solution. In case of the copper, electrolytic solution pressure of the copper is less than the osmotic pressure of the copper ions in the solution. That is why at the copper electrode, reduction reaction taking place, and on the zinc electrode, the oxidation reaction will be taking place. And now here, in case of the term electrode potential and standard electrode potential, what we studied, one more term will be there here, that is called EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell or cell potential. Cell potential. So what is the EMF of the cell, or how it is determined, or what is it cell potential? Cell means what, no? It is formed by the connecting two electrodes. Whenever you connect the two electrodes, then it forms into one of the cell, that is electrochemical cell. Cell potential means what? The potential difference between the two electrodes. The potential difference between the two electrodes, that is cathode and anode, called what? Cell potential. Then what is the EMF of the cell? Is also same only. The potential difference between the two electrodes in the galvanic cell is known as the electromotive force or EMF of the cell. How to find the cell EMF, you know? How to find the cell EMF? EMF of the cell is equal to ER minus EL, means E cathode minus E anode. E cathode minus E anode. That is electrode potential of the right hand electrode minus electrode potential of the left hand electrode, or E cathode minus E anode. You know that whenever we construct the electrochemical cell, always know cathode must be on RHS, that is on the right hand side, or this is called right hand electrode only, and anode means that it is left hand electrode only. Whenever we construct the electrochemical cell, anode must be on left hand side and cathode must be on right hand side. And during the calculation of the EMF of the cell, we take this relation. EMF of the cell is equal to ER minus EL, or E cathode minus E anode. That is electrode potential of the right hand electrode minus electrode potential of the left hand electrode. So this is regarding the concept of the electrode potential, standard electrode potential, and origin of the electrode potential. So we should understand this point carefully. It is very important one. So how that potential is developed means the formation of such an electrical double layer on the electrode, no, which is responsible for the development of the electrode potential. You have to understand the concept clearly, in which we should know the terms like oxidation potential and reduction potential. What is oxidation potential? It is a tendency. We have to use the term tendency. Tendency of a metal to lose electrons is called oxidation potential. And here the tendency of the metal ions to gain electrons is called what, that is the reduction potential. So oxidation potential is nothing but electrolytic solution pressure of the metal, and reduction potential means osmotic pressure of the metal ions in the solution. Here this osmotic pressure is different from the osmotic pressure in the colligative property. You don't compare this osmotic pressure of the metal ions in the solution and the osmotic pressure in the colligative property. Okay, this is about the concept of what now, that electrode potential and how it is developed, that is based on the origin of electrode potential, we can understand clearly. Okay, now we shall move on to the one more concept, what is called now factors affecting the electrode potential. Factors affecting the electrode potential. Factors affecting the electrode potential. Okay. So what are the factors affecting electrode potential means electrode potential depends on some factors. So one is called, first one, depends on the nature of the metal. Nature of the metal. Nature of the metal. So nature of the metal means no, metals generally they have both positive electrode potential as well as negative electrode potential. Electrode potential values may be positive or it may be the negative. Highly electropositive metals have the negative electrode potential values. That is, electrode potential is mainly expressed in terms of what, that is S or E, that is standard reduction potential, S or P. What is S or P? Standard reduction potential. We can express in terms of both either reduction potential or in terms of oxidation potential, but according to the IUPAC recommendation, we take only standard reduction potential, that is reduction potential of electrode under standard conditions we usually take. You know that nature of the metal, electrode potential depends upon the nature of the metal. How it depends upon the nature of the metal? Here no, if the metals are highly electropositive, its SRP value will be negative. So usually the sodium, even magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, these metals have no negative value of their standard reduction potentials. And some of the metals like copper, even silver, or it may be the gold, these metals no have positive value of their standard reduction potentials. So now here no nature of the metal means the electrode potential will be either positive or it may be negative. Most of the electropositive metals, more electropositive metals have no negative value of the reduction potentials, and less electropositive metals they have positive value of their reduction potentials. In that way, the electrode potential value depends upon the nature of the metal. Next point, second one, depends upon the temperature also. Temperature. It is also one of the factor on which the electrode potential depends. Means the electrode potential value depends upon the temperature. The reduction potential value increases with increase in temperature. In that way, the temperature is also one of the factor which affect the electrode potential value. And one more factor, that is called concentration of the solution. Concentration of the solution means that is electrolytic solution we take. Concentration of the solution means the number of the ions will be increases in the more concentrated solution, and the number of ions will be less in the dilute solutions. Like that, no, as number of the ions or the concentration of the solution increases means no, the value of the electrode potential is changing. Means as concentration increases, the electrode potential value also changes. In that way, these are the three factors on which the electrode potential depends. Nature of the metal, temperature, and concentration of the solution. So this is about what is called electrode potential, origin of electrode potential, and the factors affecting the electrode potential. Okay, now we will move towards the one more concept regarding that electrochemistry, what is called standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, there are different types of the electrodes. So among them, one of the type called what now? Standard hydrogen electrode. It is abbreviated as SHE or also NHE. SHE means standard hydrogen electrode or NHE means normal hydrogen electrode. In these two manner we can just express what is it NHE or it may be what is it SHE. So that SHE, standard hydrogen electrode, is one of the important concept in the electrochemistry. We already studied that electrode potential, and we know that how to calculate the EMF of the cell. Cell EMF, it can be calculated by using the relation, that is EMF of the cell is equal to ER minus L, that is E cathode minus E anode. But individually we can measure the electrode potentials of the any other electrodes using what? The standard hydrogen electrode. It is possible to measure the electrode potentials or the standard electrode potentials of any other electrodes using what now? The standard hydrogen electrode. So how to find the electrode potentials of any other electrodes using the standard hydrogen electrode means the electrode potential of or the standard electrode potential of hydrogen electrode is fixed, that is arbitrarily it is fixed as 0 volts. 0 volts. Okay. But the temperature, that is at any given temperature, the standard hydrogen electrode gives what that 0 potential means this value is arbitrarily fixed. Okay, now here know how it is functioning, which one? That standard hydrogen electrode. First of all, we should know the diagram. It is very important question for PU level. Long answer 3 marks or it may be the 4 marks questions will be asked based on the standard hydrogen electrode. So we should know all the content or concept in this hydrogen electrode. Very important it is. First of all, we have to take what this platinum wire. This is all called what that platinum wire only, and it is sealed in a glass tube. Sealed in a glass tube. This top end of the glass tube is connected to the copper wire, that is for better conductivity, and the another bottom end of this platinum wire is connected to the platinum foil. Okay, platinum foil, and little of the mercury is placed in that inner tube at the same time. Now here now what is it? Platinized platinum foil. There will be a platinum thin metallic sheet will be there, on the surface of which that platinum powder will be coated. Then it is called a platinized platinum. Okay. Now here now this is what is called now that inner tube only, that inner glass tube in which now that platinum wire is sealed. Okay. That platinum wire containing the platinized platinum at the one end, and it is also connected to the copper wire, that is for better conductivity. And this total setup what is called now that inner tube is enclosed in the bell shaped jar, that is called what now bell jar, or it may be called as outer jacket. This is all called what now that bell jar, or it is also known as the outer jacket. Okay, bell jar or it may be outer jacket. And this total system is kept in the solution, that is 1 molar solution of the hydrochloric acid. In this hydrochloric acid solution, this total setup is kept as shown in that diagram. At the bottom of the bell jar, there will be 2 openings, just what we can see in that diagram. It is shown that the 2 openings will be there for that. And this is meant for what now that bubbling of the hydrogen gas. Okay, now here now we have to take the pure hydrogen gas, pure and dry hydrogen gas, and that should be supplied or passed into the bell shaped glass jar at the pressure of 1 atmosphere and the temperature of 298 Kelvin. Initially that what happens, hydrogen gas fill the space available in that bell jar, and finally that will be entering into the solution. If the space is completely filled inside the bell jar, then the bubbles of hydrogen gas will be coming out. Now we can understand that the hydrogen gas is filled in that glass, this bell shaped jar, and also the space available in that jar is completely filled by that hydrogen gas. then finally the hydrogen gas bubbles will be coming out. Now here no, at the same time, the hydrogen gas will be just accumulated on the surface of the platinum foil. Even hydrogen ions also present on the surface of the platinum foil. Like this, no, accumulation of hydrogen gas and hydrogen ions on the surface of the platinized platinum foil, which is responsible for the development of electrode potential. Now here, no, this standard hydrogen electrode, it is represented in this manner. How it is represented, you see, first of all, this is platinum metal. It is a neutral one only, not involving in the reaction. Means this metal is very, very least reactive in nature. Hydrogen gas at the pressure of 1 atmosphere, and we have to mention the single line which indicates the phase difference. This hydrogen gas, and then here it is hydrogen ion of 1 molar concentration. We can represent like this, 1 molar concentration. Even if you want, we can also mention at 298 Kelvin. This is what is called a representation of the standard hydrogen electrode. So hydrogen electrode is called what a universal electrode because it acts as both cathode and anode. How it acts as both cathode and anode means we will just go through the reactions. We'll just go through the reaction. Now here, no, hydrogen gas will be there here, okay? It undergoes oxidation. And it gives the H plus ion in aqueous solution and electron. Here, no, 1 mole of hydrogen gas we have taken, or half moles also can take. Here 1 mole of H plus and 1 mole of electrons. And at the same time, the reverse reaction can be written like this: H plus ion taking a required number of electrons and forming a 1 mole of or a half mole of hydrogen gas. So now this is undergoing oxidation. This reaction is called what? No? Oxidation, and this reaction is called a reduction. Okay. And now here, no, this is called the anodic reaction. Reaction taking place at the anode, and here the reaction taking place at the cathode. So at the anode oxidation taking place, and at the cathode reduction taking place. These two reactions can be written in this manner also. Hydrogen gas undergoing oxidation to give H plus ions in aqueous state, and then 1 electron. It is half mole of H to give 1 H plus and 1 mole of electron. So this is the reaction taking place in the hydrogen electrode. Means both forward direction, that is oxidation, and backward direction, that is reduction reaction. So this electrode, hydrogen electrode, in which no, two reactions are possible, both oxidation and reduction. Hence this electrode is called what? No, universal electrode. Why it is called universal electrode means it acts as both anode and cathode. Now here, no, how it is possible to measure the electrode potential of any other electrodes? Suppose if you want to measure the electrode potential of the zinc, now zinc is more reactive than the hydrogen. Therefore, zinc undergoes oxidation and hydrogen undergoing reduction. Suppose if we are connecting with the copper electrode means the hydrogen undergoing oxidation and copper undergoing reduction. In that way, it acts as both cathode and anode. Therefore, it is called what? No, universal electrode, or also it is called as reversible electrode. Therefore, this standard hydrogen electrode is used to measure electrode potentials of any other electrodes.